And we go, fine, tell us where the press conference is. We're going into camp. It's done. There's nothing like, and all this, oh, will it happen? Oh, someone's trying to duck out the fight. It will just be done. And you get the two in a ring in front of 100,000 people at our national stadium in the biggest fight in the history of boxing in this country. Just do it. Just do it. Just phone me and tell me.
We signed for the fight in the UK. If that's going to change, then those discussions will go on in the background, but it's not signed. It's signed to take place in England or in the UK.
This fight's humongous over there. I like what Eddie Hearn's doing, though.
Like, literally, whenever anybody would talk about it years ago or months ago or weeks ago even, they would say this would be the biggest fight in British history, no matter what happened in either one of their pasts.
One of the biggest sticking points surrounding the Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua matchup is the venue. Opinions are divided on whether it should happen in the UK or the US. Let's have a look at how the boxing world reacts.
People want to kind of like, I don't want to be like disrespectful to people, but if you can't really understand and see what's happening, it's hard for me to have a conversation with you. People keep saying, oh, the fight's falling through. Joshua's pulling out of the fight. I don't understand these comments. Joshua's signed for the fight.
Starting off, Eddie Hearn prefers Wembley Stadium, arguing that a UK venue maximizes the event's cultural magnitude and brings the entire country to a standstill.
We're playing the long game because right now they're out of time, really. So I would love them to phone me tomorrow morning and just say, do you know what? And by the way, all of this dramatics, all of this charade has made the fight twice as big. And if this fight happens now in Britain, it will go off, mate. The whole country will stop for this fight. And if it goes to New York or Madison Square Garden, don't get me wrong, it'll be big, but it's not going to have the same effect. So Netflix and those kind of people, they need to understand this last couple of weeks, like the feeling, the bubbling in this country right now. If we turn around all of a sudden and go, fuck it, November to whatever, Wembley Stadium, it's on. The country will go nuts. It would be so good for boxing. It would be so good for the city. It would be so good for British sport, and it would be so good for both those guys.
Clarifying the current status, Frank Smith dismissed rumors of a New York venue, confirming the fight remains contracted for the UK with no agreed venue change.
Any truth to that?
It's not true.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean, you should know.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
It's not true.
Yeah.
But look, there's so much going around. There's so much talk. Nothing has changed from the conversations that have been had before. And you know, ultimately, we're doing everything we said we would do. We signed for the fight in the UK. If that's going to change, then those discussions will go on in the background. But it's not signed. It's signed to take place in England or in the UK.
Yeah.
Dismissing MSG rumors, Sean Porter confirms directly from Eddie Hearn that the deal is unconfirmed, though he notes British fans would fly to NYC if it happens.
It's not, and I'm sorry to cut you off. The fight is not as big out here. This fight for the UK, for, you know, the neighboring countries, for the sake of words, the neighboring nations, if you will. This fight's humongous over there. I like what Eddie Hearn's doing, though. And this is my first time hearing this. I heard on Saturday, so just like 3 or 4 days ago, I heard that there was talks about this fight possibly happening in America, and I was like, nah. Then I heard New York, and I was like,
Furthermore, Gareth A. Davies highlights a sudden shift toward a November 20th fight at Madison Square Garden, though promoter Eddie Hearn still demands honoring the original UK venue contract.
Tell you with veracity that they were talking about the potential. If we rewind a week, they were talking about the potential, all the teams involved in this, in having the fight in the UK. Cardiff was discussed, Wembley Stadium was discussed, and by Tuesday, Wednesday, they had settled on the United States. We believe November the 20th, Madison Square Garden. But in the interim, from Thursday onwards, Matchroom Boxing had reportedly presented a list of requirements needed for Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua to fight in New York, even though Eddie Hearn has been adamant that he wants his client Anthony Joshua to have the fight in the UK. Dana White,
arguing against taking the fight overseas, Josh Taylor insists that the fight should happen in the UK and the public shouldn't be robbed of this historical matchup.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous to Saudi or New York or whatever. I think it's ridiculous. It's both English lads. It's huge domestic fight. So why are you going to rob the UK public and everyone have the chance to go to the fight and take it away abroad when you could have it here at Wembley or Old Trafford or wherever, you know, and it'll be massive. It's huge. It's a UK fight. I don't think it should go to Saudi. Obviously there is that one aspect of the money, but they're going to be getting paid fortunes anyway. I don't think anybody need any more money. But I just think it's ridiculous that it's getting even spoke about being over there. I think it has to be here.
Everyone's there, my opinion.
Addressing the venue debate, Frank Warren stresses that money drives the decision over fan preference, making a U.S. location far more likely than Wembley.
Frank, yeah, we'd love to see it at Wembley and stuff, but it's business, Frank, isn't it? You know, is it the pound note that calls the shots eventually?
Yeah, look, the fact of the matter is, you know, if the fight was on at Wembley, where it should be on, you know, that's where we'd all like to see it. It's British fight, all British fight, and we'd like to see it there. But the monies that these guys are being paid, and at the end of the day, it's their decisions. They're the ones getting in the ring and taking the punches.
Addressing the location push, Adam Smith notes that despite both fighters favoring a UK venue, heavy US commercial interest makes a November American fight the likely outcome.
He and AJ are holding firm that they want the fight in the UK, that everyone else seems to want it in America, but they want it in the UK, and that time's moving very fast and we have to have a resolution within a week, really. And I spoke to Spencer Brown. He agreed they want the fight in the UK as well, but there are parties that want it in America. But I feel that it's ticking now, the clock, and I think that probably this time next week, something like that, there will be a confirmation, an official announcement, and then maybe, I guess, early September, a press tour or something like that. But I think we're still heading for November, likelihood America over here, but they are fighting firm.
Financial disputes stall New York negotiations, though Chris Mannix expects massive purse incentives to resolve it, despite Eddie Hearn's demand to keep the UK contract.
There has been a lot of stuff out there over the last couple of days about fights that Eddie Hearn wants and things that Anthony Joshua wants. I have been told this is strictly a financial situation. There is a monetary increase that Anthony Joshua wants for this fight to happen in New York City. If he doesn't get it, I'm not exactly sure what happens with this fight.
If you're a betting person, do you think it happens? Do we get it, yes or no?
I think there's so much money on the line for everybody. I think they'll eventually get what they want, and we see this fight in New York City.
Ooh, okay. That wasn't what the British public wanted to hear, was it? The last time I saw you, I think it was the Boots fight.
Framed as the biggest match in British boxing history, AK and Barack emphasized that fans feel owed the fight on home soil, arguing a UK crowd is essential for an event of this scale.
To the British fans. Like, literally, whenever anybody would talk about it years ago or months ago or weeks ago even, they would say, this would be the biggest fight in British history, no matter what happened in either one of their pasts. That's what is being said. So why do we take the biggest British fight in history and bring it to New York?
Because we can, and because Netflix can.
Examining the defensive key, boxing legend Mike Tyson stressed that Tyson Fury's success relies on his defensive skill and how he moves his head to avoid the punches.
It looks, I don't know, it's hard to be, if Tyson come in right and avoid those punches, it's going to be interesting because Joshua's a fast puncher. We'll see.
So 50-50, coin flip.
I love Tyson Fury, though. I love Tyson Fury.
Well, he's named after you. How could you not love him?
I can't never go against him because of that alone. That's why I never go against him. I don't care who it is.
Focusing on technical control, Teddy Atlas highlights Tyson Fury's mental sharpness and mobility as key to blunting Anthony Joshua's power.
Right now, it's got to be Fury. All for what I saw. Listen, I don't dismiss the possibility that Joshua could hit Fury a right hand the way Wok did. But I do think Fury will be more aware of the possibility of that, make it a little bit harder than he made it with Wok or Vok. He'll know that he has more of a danger in front of him. But I just think that the hand speed, the length, the ability of Fury, the legs, to be on the outside, that maybe he could get to Joshua before Joshua could get to him. Does that make sense?
Highlighting their personal bond, Alexander Usyk praises Joshua's humility and character, calling him a brother for his willingness to take accountability and grow from mistakes.
When Anthony Joshua fights Tyson Fury, I know you think Joshua will win, but how? What does the fight look like?
Knock him out. 6 rounds. AJ. Ooh. Alright, because AJ my brother. AJ, hello. Because AJ not proud. AJ understand, if you have mistake, it's only your mistake. You must change, you know. Mistake, it's like, for me, it's like a gasoline. But if you do it mistake 1, 2, 3, you're stupid. Yeah. If you one, but okay, change. You look what you do not good and change.
Balancing skill against size, Francis Ngannou sees a highly competitive fight, pitting Tyson Fury's distance control over 12 rounds against Anthony Joshua's early knockout threat.
Well, again, at this level, I think it's very close. Everybody can win. And then it depends on how the fight goes. I think if it's gonna be like go to decision, I give the decision. I will pick Fury if this fight go to decision, and then if it's like a knockout, I think Joshua has a chance early in the round. But as far as the fight goes, it's gonna be way off on the Fury favor.
Reflecting on boxing history, Max Kellerman views Tyson Fury as an all-time great, stressing that this fight will ultimately decide whether Fury secures his spot among boxing's truly special heavyweights.
Because he will be the big favorite coming in. Because Tyson Fury demonstrated over time that he is among the great heavyweight champions of all time. Even among those guys, Tyson Fury is special even among those guys. AJ is not considered like that, though he is a big star. So Fury comes into this fight really with everything to lose. He's expected to win. That should allow AJ to fight a looser fight than he would otherwise. Like in this scenario, not that it's as extreme, but AJ is the Jake Paul and Tyson Fury is the AJ, in the sense that, man, it's bad for Tyson Fury at this point if he's upset by Anthony Joshua.
Prince Nassim believes that this fight should have happened 5 years ago, but still he thinks of this as one the biggest in the history of boxing and looks forward to a series.
I think it possibly may be a draw.
What, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
for a rematch.
Well, I mean,
Good for a rematch,
they'd ideally like more than one fight, wouldn't they, having gone that far? But time's against them to an extent, isn't it, really?
Yeah. I mean, like we said, this fight should have happened a long time ago. I think that, you know, AJ wants one more fight, being Wilder, and then he's ready.
Yeah.
And I think obviously Tyson's always been Tyson. He's been great for the sport. I mean,
analyzing the matchup, Paulie Malignaggi highlights Joshua's recent vulnerability and defensive flaws, questioning his ability to handle Fury's offense.
If this fight was supposed to hype up the anticipation for Fury and Joshua, it probably didn't do that. I mean, Joshua looked very vulnerable. At this stage of his career, he looks very vulnerable. You know, in general, he's not taking a very good punch. He looks a little bit unsure of himself. You were on the verge of. This fight went from you were going to wonder who has more left and really who was going to win this fight to now you're thinking to yourself, how does Fury not win this fight? I mean, Joshua is again, is not taking the best punch. You know, at one time he was one of the best fighters in the world and one of the more exciting fighters in the world. But at this moment, it's not even. I'm not even mentioning in a talented heavyweight division. That doesn't even matter. I don't think the winner of
pitting skill against power, Billy Joe Saunders contrasts Tyson Fury's elite ring intelligence with Anthony Joshua's punch power, despite Fury's vulnerability to overhand rights.
But also in this fight, I know AJ didn't look too good in his last fight, but he still got the knockout, and he showed he's still got that, you know, that finishing punch. Tyson, when he boxed in Thailand, watched a bit of it, he was very open to the right hands over the top. You know, he got caught a couple of times. It's a good fight to watch. Because there's no one can say 100% he's going to win it, 100% he's going to. That's the reason why we'll all be watching. You know, and you know, it's a battle of who was the best in, like, you know, who's going to have to say I was the best in, you know, Britain. Yeah. And I think that Tyson just got a little bit too much boxing ability for AJ at this stage. I mean, AJ going out to the U6.
Despite backing Anthony Joshua as a fan, Johnny Nelson compliments Tyson Fury for his fluid boxing movement and his ability to move in, but he credits Joshua for his determination.
You know, I was watching this last night and I thought to myself, it's a toughie. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, listen, I'm an AJ fan, but I'd have to lean towards Tyson Fury's fluidity, his boxing ability, because that vulnerability from Anthony Joshua, getting caught by that sneaky little uppercut on the inside, getting caught again, put against the ropes in count, and got a standing count from the referee. These are natural shots from Tyson Fury. Now, when it comes to heart, determination, desire, and want, I put that in the corner of Anthony Joshua. But on last night's performance and on Friday night's performance, I'd have to lean towards Tyson Fury from what I've seen.
Highlighting his longevity and market value, Frank Smith believes that Anthony Joshua is one of the top commercial fighters in the industry and still has the potential to go the distance in bigger fights.
Biggest fights, he wants to improve as a fighter, and yeah, he's not going to do bad. He hasn't done bad so far.
No, he hasn't. Absolutely not. And just on that fight in general, how do you see it going? It's
said AJ knockout.
Yeah,
I believe it.
But early, late,
middle. I believe it happens. Honestly, I believe it happens. Middle, knockout, Anthony Joshua. I mean, he already is the biggest, probably in the top 2 commercial stars in the sport amongst him and Canelo. He goes to another level again.
However, Carl Forch believes that AJ has grown slower and weaker, and it will be a difficult fight against Tyson Fury, who is coming off dominating wins.
I think Tyson Fury wins on points quite comfortably. I can see how AJ wins. Sure, Tony Bellew will make a case for AJ, but I think AJ gets beat on points, Tyson Fury, and gets outboxed. I think Fury keeps him out of the way, manoeuvres in. It's past his best Fury, he's slowed down, but so is AJ. He's not throwing as many feints per round now. His hands, he's not throwing combination punches like he used to. Single shots, he gets hit a lot, which gives AJ a chance to chin him, but I don't think that he'll be in the right headspace. I don't really think he wants to box anymore. I don't know why he's doing it. You know what I mean? He's made the money, he's had the titles, and he's had a couple of bad losses, and I don't know how or why he would want to come back from that just for financial gain.
Similarly, Brian Davis stresses that Team AJ must force an immediate aggressive shootout using Anthony Joshua's speed and combinations against an older, less elusive Tyson Fury, rather than settling into a slow technical contest.
Fury struggled like fuck when he was in his prime to not get dropped. In that third fight, he went down 2 times, didn't he? This is a Fury now who's slower, who's older, whose body's been through even more, and whose chin is very capable of being hurt. And if I'm Team AJ, I go, let's turn this into a fucking sprint. Let's get after him, immediately throw bombs. No feeling out. The more it's a boxing match, the more it leans towards Tyson Fury. The more it's an athletic contest of who can hit faster, harder, and get more shots off quicker, the better chance Anthony Joshua has got. Stick it on him first fucking second. Because as vulnerable as Anthony Joshua looked in that first round.
Assessing both heavyweights' recent form, Duke McKenzie questions both fighters after poor outings, noting an unfocused Joshua and doubting whether Fury can still elevate his game.
What he was in his last fight, because there's something badly missing from AJ, which I don't think he's going to get back.
Do you not think AJ will be a much better version of himself when he boxes Fury?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I sort of disagree with that.
You know what? Up until their last fights, I was all over AJ. I thought, you know what? I thought AJ would absolutely wipe the floor with Fury. I don't see that happening now.
Yeah.
I think we know.
Summing up the true stakes of the matchup, Paul Smith notes that Tyson Fury's performance after the Francis Ngannou bout proves he still rises to the occasion, expecting both Fury and Anthony Joshua to bring their absolute best. That covers the latest perspectives on AJ versus Fury. Where do you think the fight should take place? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.